All right, I'm going to demonstrate a very short mobility routine here, and this is something you should be able to take care of within about 15 to 20 minutes or so, and it would be ideal for going through this sort of thing if you just have a little bit of time first thing in the morning. Now, this is going to be almost all body weight. I do recommend that you have some sort of elastic band available. It doesn't need to be anything special. So right here, I've got a bicycle inner tube, and I've just tied off the ends because there's talc inside and you don't want to make a big mess. You can use anything that's elastic. You want enough resistance that it's a bit of a challenge, but not so much that you can't pull it at all. And from here, if I want to make this harder, I can double it up, but find whatever works for you here. There's lots of things you can order, but something stretchy so you can actually feel that resistance and feel the response. It's going to be more effective, keep in mind. So get this started. I'm going to start this on the floor and just put that band aside. And then the first thing I'm going to recommend is stretching out through the wrists and getting your hands active. And you use your hands all the time, keep in mind, so this does pay off. Now, palms down, come into all fours, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then with your palms facing down, rotate your fingers toward the sides and then in toward your knees. Come as far as you can in that rotation. And then set your hands flat, spread your fingers wide, dig your fingertips down, and you're trying to grip the floor or grip a yoga mat or whatever your hands are on. And if this is too intense, and it might feel like a lot, you can bring your hands closer to the knees and take more weight to the legs. You can stay further forward for more intensity. But really try to hold on to the tension in the hands themselves. So your fingertips are digging down, you're pressing the blood out of your fingertips. Try to press your spine up toward the ceiling. And you can move around, maybe circle the shoulders here, or maybe just hold tension. You want to hold this for about 30 seconds to a minute. And keep in mind, you're not trying to stretch your wrist by just squishing the hands down. So keep gripping and push down as though you could straighten your hand against the floor. Just keep holding on to this for a moment. And again, you can always just move around. You can move through your spine. You can sway a little bit side to side. And then when you're ready from here, just go ahead and come up onto your fingertips. Let that go. We're going to take one more wrist stretch. Now this one, I do recommend taking this a little bit closer to your knees because it is more intense for most people. So this time, backs of the hands down, palms facing up, point your fingertips in toward you again. And flatten your hands, spread your fingers out wide, and press your fingertips into the floor like you're clawing down with the back sides of your hands. Now, if you can take it further, you can bring the hands forward, and then I've got my wrists underneath my shoulders, my regular all-four shape. And if you need to back off, and you probably will, go ahead and bring the hands closer to your knees, and you can take more of the weight to your legs. But keep your fingers spread wide, your fingertips pressing down. Keep that tension in your hands as though you could straighten out your hand against the floor. And just breathe into this. And you may just want to stay still, but if you like, maybe just move around. Again, you can sway side to side, you can circle your shoulders over your wrists, you can move through your spine, you can step one foot back and then the other. There's a lot of things you can do here, but whatever you add on, keep pressing down to the fingertips and feel that tension moving through your hands, through the wrists, and up into the forearms. And then just release. So come up onto your fingertips and come down to your heels. Take a moment, shake your hands out a bit. And just loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. So now the hands are prepped. Go ahead, bring your feet out from underneath you and come down to a seat. And we're going to take this up into reverse tabletop. So for this is almost like engaging toward a back bend. You want to be sure you're squeezing your glutes and pressing your hips up as you lift. So feet in front of you about hips width distance apart. Hands behind the shoulders about shoulder width. Now if you can, point your fingertips forward. If that's too much on your wrist, just rotate your fingertips to the sides, right and left. But pressing your hands and feet, just lift your seat up off the floor. And just take this straight up and down. So with the inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift as high as you can. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift, and this is the fourth time. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift up. This is the fifth time. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift your hips, and this is the seventh time. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift your hips. And then with the exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift. This is the ninth time. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift and hold. So this is the 10th lift here. And I want you to keep this up. Keep your glutes squeezing, your hips lifting. You can look forward, look up, or hang your head back, whatever's most comfortable. But keep gripping the floor with your fingers like you did with the wrist stretches. Keep your chest lifting, now stretch your shoulders. And keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips pressing high. Just breathe. And hold for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. And take a moment here, shake your hands out. All right, and we'll take this into the hips a bit here, but first we're going to take this into, in yoga, we'll call this boat pose. So just balance yourself basically on your sit bones, lean back. And you want to lean back enough to take the weight off your feet. You can keep your feet low, but if you can take it further, bring your shins toward parallel with the floor. Now keep your core engaged. Hold some tension through the belly and around your ribs. Keep your gaze forward. We're going to go back and forth from this position in kneeling. We're going to do 5 rounds, right and left. So from here, to feel this out, right foot behind your left leg. Now roll forward, right shin down, left foot down. You can bring your hands down, come down inside your left leg, and then lift this up to kneeling. Once you're up, press your hips forward, and then round your spine, pull back in, come down light, and come back to your seat. Other side, left foot behind your right leg. Roll forward, left shin down, right foot down, lean inside the right leg. You can use your hands. Press this up to kneeling. Press your hips forward to the top. Pull back in, round your spine, and come back to boat. And you're definitely going to feel this in the hips, especially if you're tight. Right foot behind the left leg. Now, if you like, you can do this without using your hands. Roll forward, right shin down, left foot down. Lift your hips, press the hips forward. Pull back in, round your spine, and come back to boat. Left foot behind the right leg. Roll forward, lean forward, lift. Hips forward at the top. Pull back in, round your spine, and back to your seat. Third round, right foot behind your left leg. Roll forward, lean forward, lift. Hips forward at the top. Pull back in, come down slow. No impact. Come back to your seat. Left foot behind your right leg. Roll forward, lean forward, lift. Hips forward at the top. Pull back in, round your spine, and bring your legs together. Fourth round, right foot behind your left leg. Roll forward, lean forward, lift. Hips forward at the top. Pull back in and round, and bring your legs together. Left foot behind the right leg. Roll forward, lean forward, lift. Hips forward at the top. Pull back in, round back down, and bring your legs together. Right foot behind your left leg. Last round. Roll forward, lean forward, lift. Hips forward at the top. Pull back in, round your spine, and set yourself back down. Left foot behind your right leg. Roll forward, lean forward, lift. Hips forward at the top. Pull back in, round your spine, and come back to balancing here. And then just go ahead, cross your legs, bring your hands to the floor, come up to standing. And now once you come up to standing, go ahead and grab that band again. We'll take this into the shoulders and open up the chest a bit here. So for the first round, what I want you to do is take some length of your strap or band or whatever you have, and take this at a wider grip, a little wider than your shoulders, and you want to be able to pull out and keep your arms straight, keep in mind. So you're going to start this from vertical and bring the band behind. So you're going to bring the arms up high, reach up to your shoulders, rotate your thumbs back a little bit, no bend in the elbows. Your triceps should be locked completely, and feet about hips width distance. Now as you pull, draw out to the sides, and find the length of strap where you're pulling out to the sides with straight arms. Bring your arms back, just take it slow, take it smooth. Come all the way down until basically you hit yourself with the strap. And then as you're pulling, come all the way back up to vertical. So what will likely happen is there'll probably be some point where you feel like you need to bend your elbows. Let that be the gauge for where you challenge yourself. So it should be just enough tension in the strap where you can actually get through that point, but it's still a little bit of a challenge. So let's do 4 more. Pull out to the sides, keep your chest open, pull all the way down. And then keep pulling even through the easy points here. So that's why we're using an elastic band to keep it challenging, and come back to vertical. And again, keep yourself upright, draw this back down, and then bring this all the way back up. So that's 3 times. We're going to do 2 more. Keep pulling the strap, pull your arms out to your sides, open up your chest, and then bring this all the way back up. And we'll do it 1 more time. So it's not super slow, but we're keeping it steady here and holding that tension. So still pulling out to the sides the whole time. And then once you come back to vertical, just go ahead and relax your arms for a moment, roll out your shoulders. Now, that's the first version. Now the second version is going to be with bent arms, and it's probably going to be with your hands a little bit closer than for the first version here. So to start, what you're going to do is bring your arms up to vertical again. And this time you're going to bend your elbows. Rotate your thumbs back, pull out to the sides. And now keep pulling. And the shoulders should be a little bit behind you, behind your chest. And as you're pulling, you're drawing the arms down, bringing them toward 90 degrees and bring the elbows in toward your waist. Keep your chest open and keep your chest pressed forward. And then just push out to the sides. Stay tall and come all the way up to vertical. And then again, just pull this down. Let the elbows bend and bring the elbows down toward your waist. And then press out to the sides and come back up to vertical. We'll do 3 more of these. So pull out to the sides and then draw back in and then all the way back up. And again, this doesn't have to be excruciatingly slow. Bring it down again. And then come back up. But find a version of this with enough tension that it feels challenging. My intention is to do 5 of these, and I kind of lost count. So I'm going to do just one more. Bring this all the way down. And then come back up to vertical. And then once you're back at vertical, go ahead and put the strap down for a moment. We're going to come back to that. Now I want to take this into legs. So this is to loosen up the hamstrings here. So this is just a series of kicks. It's going to be very simple, but keep in mind, don't get too goal-centered about this. You're just trying to loosen up your legs and let the muscles all through the backs of the legs just loosen and lengthen to your usual range of motion. And if you're doing this in the morning, you usually wake up kind of tight. Now here's the rule. Keep your torso vertical. Keep everything engaged in your core, so you're not going to round your spine, okay? So no rounding. Keep everything pulled in, keep everything tense to your midsection, which means that if you can't kick very high, you're just going to come up to here to keep all this braced and keep your spine tall. And you're resisting the urge to curl down and touch your toes. Now you're going to reach your hand forward, and that's just as a guide. It gives you something to look down. So keep your gaze forward. Start with your weight on your left foot, left hand to your left hip, and just step the right foot back. And we're just going to kick up with that right leg. Try to kick the foot high and try to just be loose in that right leg. Don't worry about how high it goes. So let's bring it up. 10, 9, stay tall, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's switch it out. Other side. Right foot's the base. Right hand to the right hip. Left arm forward. Step your left foot back. Just come to the big toe. And then again, stay tall. Keep your core braced. Let's bring it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you're somebody with really tight hamstrings, I recommend doing 2 more sets. Just take it side to side. You don't have to go super slow with it, and don't take it super fast, but it will help you open up your hip flexors, not your hip flexors, but your hamstrings quite a bit more over time. So work that as best you can. I'm going to just stick to 1 set of 10 right now. Now the next thing is going to be a Hindu squat. I'll show you a few variations, but grab your strap, have it, let's say have it in your left hand. I'm going to have my right hand on the wall. I'm going to show you a few versions of this. We're going to do 5 of these. We're going to do them slow. Now for the Hindu squat, you want your feet to be about hips width distance apart, maybe a little bit wider, heels in, toes out. And we're going to take this nice and slow, so you have to really use your feet. You're going to use all the joints of your lower body and try to keep your upper body vertical. You're trying to keep your spine vertical the whole time. You're going to want to lean forward. Keep in mind, resist that as best you can. So I'm going to have my hand tracing the wall so I don't have to worry about my balance, and this is one version you can use. You can always do this with your hands off the wall, just at your hips. But from here, I'm just going to put my left hand on my hip, lift the heels, and now go slow. So heels stay lifted, but bend your knees. Keep your spine tall. And just take it down slow here. So you're going to about a 5 to 10 count, all the way down as far as you can, ideally with your seat on your heels. And then take it up slow as well. Keep your torso upright, and then come back up to vertical. Now, if you need to use the wall, do 4 more like that with your hand there. Or maybe have your hands on your hips. Or if you can take this further, use your strap, and you can work the shoulders as well. Now, another version I'm going to recommend, I'm going to do 2 like these, and I'm going to count them down. So, hold onto the strap, hands just a little bit wider than shoulder width. Arms to vertical, so reach up through the shoulders, rotate your thumbs back, pull, and then press in your toes and lift your heels. And let's take it down slow from here. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay upright, we'll bring it back up the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax the arms for a moment. And then back to vertical. Reach up, thumbs back, pull, lift your heels. Bring it down again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Same way back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax your arms, set your heels down. Now another version, I'm going to do 2 more of these. So hands behind this time. And again, hands a little bit wider than shoulder width. Straight arms. Lift your hands back to about 45 degrees with the arms. Rotate your thumbs forward, pull, keep your chest open, stay tall, stay vertical through your spine. And again, lift your heels. And let's bring it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax for a moment. And then again, arms back, arms straight. Rotate your thumbs forward, pull. Lift your heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And relax. Just shake your arms out for a moment here. And again, I recommend doing 5 at that pace with your hand on the wall, hands in your hips. You can use the strap in the different configurations, wherever you're at with your mobility and your balance. So 5 of those slow. And the first purpose is to get in the lower part of the body, keep in mind. Now, keep hold of the strap, and this is going to be something else. This is going to be primarily for the hip flexors here. So I'm going to step back to a lunge. So to start, just work your balance. So hands in your hips, and if you need to, you can have one hand on the wall. But I'm just going to start this on the yoga mat here. So my weight's my left foot. I'm just going to keep my torso upright as best as I can. Lift the right heel. Now step the right foot back as far as you can. Just come onto the toes. And then just dip the knee down, lightly touch the floor. Come straight up and step this forward. Take the other side. So lift your left heel. Step your left foot back. Come onto the toes. Keep your hips squared and your feet on 2 separate tracks. Sink the knee down low. And then come back up and step this forward. Now, if you want to make it more difficult, I'm going to recommend you hold onto the strap. And this is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to go to that bent arm position. So arms are more like goalposts here. So a little bit wide on the shoulders. Pull out to the sides. Keep your chest open. And then from here, just try to stay tall. Weight to the left foot. Right foot steps back. Keep your torso upright. Bring the right knee down low. And then come back up. Step it forward. You can relax in between. Weight goes to the right foot. Step your left foot back. Sink down, lightly touch your left knee to the floor. Come back up and step it forward. And again, right foot back. Stay upright. Dip the knee down low. Come back up and step this forward. Over to the other side. Left foot back onto the toes. Dip the knee down low. And then come back up and step it forward. You can relax the arms for a moment. Come back to position when you're ready. Weight to the left foot. Right foot back again. Stay tall, sink the right knee down low. Bring this back up and step it forward. And then weight to the right foot, left foot goes back. Stay on the toes. Dip the knee down low, stay tall. And then come straight up and step it forward. Now relax your arms for a moment because the last one's going to take a bit longer. When you're ready, go ahead, find your position again. And if you got the band, open up your chest. Put the weight to the left foot. Step your right foot back, so step back long, stay tall. Now dip the right knee down low, hold here just above the floor. Stay tall through your spine when it pulses, bouncing into that back knee. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On one hold. When you're ready, step it forward. Relax the arms if you hold the band. All right, we'll do the same thing the other side. Now right foot's your base this time. Find that position with your arms. Weight goes to the right foot, left foot steps back, step it back long, stay tall. Dip your left knee down low and just hover the knee. Now from here, pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And then when you're ready, bring it forward. And go ahead, put the strap down. Shake your arms out just a little bit. All right, and then one more thing. Now, this is going to be a figure 4 shape. And what you're trying to do is basically get some external rotation of the hip, and this is going to be a stretch of the piriformis. So it's the muscle that basically traces along the upper crust of your pelvis, the top of your butt, basically. And a lot of people feel some sort of tightness there, so this is a good way to get it out. Now, you can balance this on the floor. But if you want to just not worry about your balance, which is what I recommend unless you balance on one foot a lot, just put one hand on the wall. So I'm going to lift my right foot, which means I'm going to keep my right hand on the wall for this. And then cross the right leg over the left. Now bring the ankle past the thigh. Keep the leg engaged, so keep the foot tense. Curl the toes. And you want to keep that tension in the leg. So you don't want to feel any twinge in the knee. You want the stretch to go into the outer hip and basically along the top of your butt. Now from here, just start to sink this down. So fold down as low as you can. Look forward, press that top leg into the bottom leg, and then just come back up, keep the tension between the two legs. Bring it down a second time. And then just come back up. Bring it down a third time. And then come back up again. Keep the legs pressing together. Bring it down a fourth time. And then just come all the way up. Now we're going to take it down one more time and hold. So bring it down a fifth time. Maybe you stop here. Maybe you're able to fold this completely. Take it to where you can. Keep the toes curled. Keep the top leg pressing into the bottom one. And keep holding. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring this up. Shake your leg out. And we'll turn the other way. Same thing here. And again, use the wall if you're not balancing that well on one foot. And there's nothing wrong with using this. We want to get into that stretch. Keep in mind, that's a primary thing. If right foot's the base, left ankle cross the right thigh. Curl the toes. Keep the toes curled. Keep that leg tense. And then again here, let's just take it down and up. So just go ahead and sink down a first time. And just come down as low as you're able. Keep the legs pressing into each other and come back up. Take it down a second time. Hinge from the hips. Keep the toes of the left foot curled best you can. And then come back up. And then bring it down a third time. And just move smoothly here, move steadily, keep the tension between your legs. And then come back up. And then bring it down a fourth time. And just take it bit by bit, keep the left leg pressing into the right. And come back up. Now one more time. Sink down as low as you can. You can stop here if this is enough of a stretch. Maybe fold a little more, maybe fold completely over that lifted shin and keep the legs pressing into each other. And again here, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Just shake your feet out. And that is just a quick routine for warming things up. So I hope this helps you. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.